This right here is crazy.
AyeQ!
This is what, imagine him being in a hospital just to deal with, and the baby's coming out. Fellas, again, focus on yourself. That's what it is. The Me Too movement started in 2006 by Tarana Burke to help women with similar experiences to stand up for themselves. Now, in 2017, the Me Too movement went viral, right? It took over. In 2018, ESPN hired Malika Andrews. And you could say she got hired because she's attractive. So therefore, a lot of men will watch ESPN based on the fact that they have a pretty journalist working for them. It's good for business, right? Sex sells all the time. Now, it's just so funny that they hired her right around the time when the Me Too movement was going viral. And it almost seems like, to me, her main job is to get brothers fired. That's just what it looks like to me, but maybe it's me. Let's take a look at the history of this chick.
And Woj, you reported that Joe Mazzulla will be the interim head coach here. You can see his resume on your screen. He's been a Celtics assistant coach the last 3 seasons after spending the previous 3 seasons at Fairmount State. And he played for West Virginia between 2006 and 2011, and now could become the NBA's youngest head coach at 34 years old. And we'd be remiss not to also mention that Mazzulla was arrested twice at West Virginia, once in 2008 for underage drinking and aggravated assault. He pled guilty, paid a fine, and then again in 2009 for domestic battery after an incident at Morgantown Bar. The domestic battery case never went to trial. It was settled in August of 2009. He paid a $100 fine and court costs, plus had to do 40 hours of community service. Now, that was 13 years ago. He settled and paid both fines. So, Woj, why are the Celtics choosing him as their next head coach?
Now, what was the purpose of that? She started off positive, and then she finished with something extremely negative. This happened 13 years ago. Why bring it up? What's the purpose? What's the reason? What narrative you are trying to paint? This should be defamation. But it is what it is, man.
We are not here, Stephen A., to further blame women. That is not why we are here.
First of all, let me be very clear. I don't appreciate where you're going with that. I'm not blaming anybody but Ime Udoka. He deserves, the fact of the matter is, I've said he deserved to be fired if they were going to fire him. If you're not going to fire him, then don't fire him. My issue is all of this being publicized. The point that I'm trying to make is just like you're not mentioning. Excuse me. I listened to you. You're the one telling me to stop on my show. It ain't happening. Okay, that's number one.
My nigga.
Multiple teams. In 2018, he was waived by the Magic after he was named in a report by ESPN's Outside the Lines that he'd been involved in an alleged sexual assault at Michigan State in 2010. No charges were filed in that case. Prior to playing in the NBA.
Let me get this straight. So no charges were filed, but she felt it necessary to mention it still. Why?
Get your finger out of my armpit. We're just happy to see Jalen Rose welcoming in.
This is crazy, man, because all his fingers are visible. So how is it possible for his fingers to be in her armpit? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? This is what she's accusing him of. She's saying, get your fingers out of my armpits. We clearly see his fingers not in the armpits. This is crazy. How is this even allowed? How? How can a woman get away with accusing a man like this on national television and nothing is being done about it? In fact, they are saying, this is what they are saying. I'm not quite sure if this is true or not, but they are saying this is the reason he got fired from ESPN. For this. For being wrongly accused. look where his fingers at.
Out of my armpit.
Maybe let me take my time with this one.
Get your finger out of my armpit. What?
I don't. Okay, let's do it again. One more time.
Get your finger out of my armpit. What?
At what point is his finger in her armpit?
Get your finger out of my armpit. What is that?
This is just crazy, man. This is just crazy. But I do think something needs to be done to protect men from being wrongfully accused. This is happening too much and nothing is being done. This is sad, man.
Turn it down a little bit for a second. Some people don't address things head on because it may be good for their ego, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all something loud and clear, and I even turned on the music for this one. Malika Andrews is like my little sister. She from the Bay. Like my other sister, Amina Hussein, who's a producer at Amazon that's like my sister, that worked at ESPN, that got me on NBA Countdown. And let me tell y'all something that's very, very direct and clear, so ain't no gray area. First off, you damn right I hug my sister, because I'm a real one, I'm a boss, and I'm a G. Next, I didn't put my finger under her armpit. If you look at the picture, I only got 4 fingers and 1 thumb, and they on her shoulder.
Now, it's not surprising to me that her boyfriend is white. She's a perfect candidate for what ESPN trying to do. I'm not quite sure if they hired her based on the whole Me Too move. I'm not quite sure. However, she is doing a great job of trying to take brothers down. Let's keep it a buck. She's doing a great job at that. And when you look at her background, her mom is white, her dad is black. Now, you don't know what type of ideologies she was raised under. Like, you don't know her mindset. But what I do know, I don't think this chick have love for the brothers. So, to the brothers out there, and this is not just a ESPN situation. This is just real life. We all go through this. Just stay focused out here, stay sharp, and do the right thing. But understand, you are being attacked. That's just the reality of being a black man these days.